evening officially to Ira Blechman, Startup and Industry Relation Manager from the GE Startup Program. I want to welcome you and the startups and the crowd to this very interesting evening where we're going to speak about Industrial IoT. And I'm very happy that this entire evening takes place in Israel's most southern innovation ecosystem of Eilat. So let's start talking about Industrial IoT. What is it, Industrial IoT?
So, to start explaining this term, I would like to share a short video that will help us to frame this discussion. So let's just see the video and then continue.
The relationship between humans and machines is exciting, yet increasingly complicated.
Come here, I want you.
In the 19th century, machines connected us. Now we are constantly connected to them. As we become ever more entwined with our technology, what's stopping our relationship with machines turning into a chaotic, tangled mess? The answer? The Industrial Internet. It's a massive revolution in technology, but what is the Industrial Internet? It all starts with a tiny sensor, or often several thousand of them, attached to a big machine like an aeroplane or a turbine, creating a new class of equipment called brilliant machines. The sensors capture real-time data about all of the machine's different parts. As quickly as it's gathered, the data are wirelessly streamed to the cloud. There, it's sorted and analysed by powerful software. If the software notices something is wrong, like a part is about to break, then it tells a person, yes, an actual person, who can then order a replacement part and schedule when to fix it. The best bit is we know something's wrong before it's broken, rather than having, say, your whole power plant stop working unexpectedly, causing a blackout when everyone would much rather be watching Game of Thrones. The Industrial Internet is also a system where machines use the internet to talk to each other, to solve problems themselves before they happen. Locomotives use interactive technology to increase fuel efficiency and productivity. An aeroplane in flight can tell the engineers on the ground what will need to be repaired before it's even landed. Scans from an emergency patient can get immediately delivered to specialists to help save lives. GE predicts that the Industrial Internet could not only add $500 billion to the energy sector alone, but could also raise incomes by 25% and provide people with more consistent, reliable sources of energy and transportation. Now that's a technological revolution we can all be excited about. Thanks for watching.
Basically, smart machines, but we will go deeper into it.
Okay. So let's talk about GE. Why does an industrial company as big as GE become digital? And what does it mean?
So it's a part of two parallel processes. The first is that the industrial productivity is going down, and there is a big pressure to increase the productivity by optimize the resources. The question is that the factories need to ask themselves is how can they do it using the resources they have already. The second thing is the IoT technology. So we now can connect people, cars to the internet. So why not connect the big machines, jet engines, the turbines, and see what the data that we get from them, how can it help us?
Okay. Can you share with us the transformation GE is going through and what can we learn from it?
So, GE, you can see here a quote of our former CEO that says that if you go to bed as an industrial company, you have to wake up as a digital company because they understand that the future is in the data. And to do so, GE decided to check this theory on itself. So during this check, we developed a 5-stage methodology we can see here all the 5 stages. That I will go quickly over the stages, and I hope it will explain all the transformation. The first thing that G did is went to her own business unit and tell them, show me what your gaps, and told them that each one of them should have to define some gaps that he wants to solve by using software solutions. Here we can see an example from brilliant factories all over the world, GE's brilliant factories, that set some gaps, found solutions, and then we can also see the results by percentages, how they increase their productivity. The second thing that G did was she needed to use a platform. To do so, to analyze this data, you need a strong platform, and the platforms that were existing already, the IoT platforms, weren't good enough because they didn't know how to handle a massive amount of data that you get from big machines. So they actually created a new platform by the name of Predix, and in a few minutes I will go a little bit further into Predix. But the reason that we needed Predix is because we needed a platform that will be strong enough and know how to storage and analyze this data. The third thing is a partner ecosystem. No, there isn't any one company, not even as big as GE, that can do it on her own. So while we develop solution in-house, we are also working with partners. This is actually what me and Dia are doing. We are both working at the startup program that I'm going to elaborate on it. But we are looking for startups that will join this industrial ecosystem. The fourth, and I think the most challenging thing, is the cultural change. Because we are talking about factories and manufacturers and people who are in heavy industry and regular to work in one way. And then we're coming to them and telling them, forget what you did, let's connect everything to the computer and let's do something else. So you need an expertise. You need to bring someone who will be a software expert or a data scientist and to work in a factory. So it basically means that you need to do a cultural change. GE not only thinks it, but she also did it. In every business unit of GE, we have a CEO, and now for every business unit, we have a CDO, Chief Digital Officer, and is in the same level as the CFO, the Chief Finance, and the CTO, the Chief Technology. So we brought a new person who will lead the digital transformation for each business unit to each place. And the fifth, and I think is most relevant to everyone, is how do you do money out of it? So going through the digital transformation, you have many new business models because now you have a new resource. You don't have a new machine, but all of a sudden you have lots of data. And you can do many things with this data. You can analyze it, find insight, sell it, use it for maintenance, use it for prediction, and so on and so on. And by the way, it's not only in the industrial spaces. When you have data, you can use it in almost every technology space. And to conclude all of this, I would like to share another video, short video that explains better what Predix does and how all of these 5 stages connected together.
The industrial internet is here. Brilliant machines are talking, listening, and responding. They're using big data and analytics to drive industrial efficiency and productivity. What makes it all work together? Predix. Predix is the software platform for building and managing industrial internet applications. Predix enables organizations across all industries to optimize assets and operations. Predix's highly secure and scalable architecture supports machine intelligence and big data analytics from the smallest machines to the biggest clouds. Here's a closer look at how Predix works. This train is not traveling alone. Machines are at work in the most unlikely places. Software machine apps run on them, making continuous adjustments. Sensors collect real-time environmental data and changing track and weather conditions to adjust rail adhesion. Just as your smartphone runs apps that do all kinds of useful things, Predix enables a standard way to develop apps that run on machines and make them brilliant. Applications built on Predix look at what is and what should be across a fleet-wide ecosystem. Problems are spotted, technicians alerted, parts are waiting for the train. Predictive maintenance is completed. Let's see how. Predix's big data analytic infrastructure aggregates a wealth of data from diverse sources. Predix's software orchestrates assets, data, and operations to enable advanced predictive maintenance. A replacement train has already received the locomotive data, and it's ready to complete the journey. Through the power of Predix, data from machine apps can now get exactly where it needs to go, from the locomotive and cars to on-premise servers in the rail yard to high-performance clouds. With Predix, developers can make current machines brilliant and enable big data analytics at the machine level, in the cloud, and in between. Always-on costs and risks are reduced, and machine longevity is increased. At a wind farm, a turbine is performing below optimal levels. Predix machine apps and advanced analytics compare data from the turbine's individual performance history and from the rest of the farm. Predix's distributed computing and analytics work where they are needed across the entire operation. The real-time onboard analytics at a turbine collects sensor data to optimize the pitch of its blades. At the farm level, Predix's real-time analytics evaluates the farm's operational performance. A wind farm operator can securely access farm-level operational insight at his desk. Process and asset algorithms help people make decisions regarding maintenance, parts, and logistics. People at each level have much of the information they need to make better decisions. At the same time, on the ground, an authorized technician can see individual turbine data on a Predix-enabled tablet. More than just wind powers this farm. GE created Predix to power a new generation of industrial internet solutions. For developers, Predix offers one architecture with the flexibility to bring together analytics and big data to make machines brilliant and empower people at work. For businesses, Predix-enabled solutions have the speed, scale, and security to translate the industrial internet into powerful insights and new business models. We invite you to consider the possibilities.
Okay, so let's talk about the value and role of Israel and its relations to GE.
So, GE's relations in Israel started at the 80s with a big healthcare acquisition. Few years later, we had also a ventures arm that started to invest in Israel. And when GE decided to go into digital, she opened a new business unit called GE Digital. It was a few years ago. And then she decided that she needs a digital hub also in Israel. And we were opened 4 years ago. And it starts with two groups. We have a software development group. They are developing cyber solutions for GE. We have a very big cyber lab that is actually the red team of GE. The red team, that means that they are responsible to attack all GE's products, such as nuclear power plants, and then find a way to secure them. And we have our team, which is the startup program. We launched it around 3 years ago. So it's a whole, it's actually, you can look at it as an innovation hub since we have here, we work together with the GE Ventures, with the investors, and we work together with the innovative from the cyber, and we are making a partnership with startups. So today we are 80 employees. I joined GE 2 years ago. I was, I think, the 15 to join, and now we are 80. So we're growing big.
Growing fast.
Yeah.
So you started talking a little bit about your program and what you do there. Tell us a little bit more about your program.
Okay, so basically we are scouting for Israeli solutions, software solutions for industrial problems. We are working for almost 3 years. Here you can see all of the logos you can see on the screen are Israeli companies that are in our program. It's around 26 partners, all of them Israeli, and all of them have a software solution. Let's take, for example, Visual Factories. They are using, they are a SaaS company, software as a service, that using the data to optimize the usage of machinery. And they bring big value to a factory. They go into factory, they don't buy any new machine, they don't install anything but some sensors, and using analytics and big data, they are optimize the way that those machines works. So we are 5 in our team. We have Inon, who is the program director. He opened this program. It was his vision. I'm responsible for all the partnerships, the strategic partnership, industry, and startups. And we have Doron, who's responsible for scouting and vetting new companies and accepting them to the program. Dia, who is here with me, and Lorena are the tech leads, and they are managing the relationship with the partners and their onboarding to Predix. And this is basically us and what we are doing.
Sounds like a complete team. So we all know that startups are really looking to work with big companies and programs like yours. So let's try to specify to those startups what is the added value that your program offers to them and for other technology companies.
So the biggest value that GE brings is that we are our own clients. So the clients of GE Digital and the software solution are the different business units. So those startups, by a partner with us, getting gateway to real clients, to power utilities all around the world, or power plants, and etc. And this is one. The second thing is that one of GE's Digital biggest project is an app store, the first industrial app store that should be launched any minute now. And the onboarding that we are doing to Predix is actually putting those solutions on the app store, and then they are, by getting there, they are gaining visibility and promotion, and by getting through our onboarding process, we are also vetting them. We know they secured and they are good, and it's like a stamp of quality for them.
Okay. Can you give us an example of a good partnership story between GE Innovation and a technology company?
Yes, so first of all, there is all the 26 logos that we saw before. But I would like to actually talk about a partnership that is not Israeli, and that it was out of scope for us. And it was the project that we did with the Eilat municipality. So it was an open innovation challenge that we started almost a year ago, in which we, as a GE, co-joined with GE friends, scouted for real industrial problems backed by real-time data. And Eilat proposed two challenges. One in the energy sector and the other in transportation, in smart transportation for the new airport. We, together with the Eilat representative, work on design those challenges. And in the beginning of the summer, we uploaded them to a unique website, and we post them online and called for startups from Europe, Israel, and Turkey to apply their solution to those challenges. So we had 7 challenges, global challenges, 2 of them out of Eilat. The only Israeli challenges are local from here. And so we had around 100 applications all over the world, 33% of them Israeli. So just it was a big pride for us. And in December we had a big final. First we had a screening process together with Eilat, and then we had a big final with Eli Lankri as a judge, and we chose a winner for each challenge. So one of the winners for the energy are NRCs, who we mentioned before. The other winner are Ruth Valet, who are actually an Israeli company, and they will join us tomorrow. But what is unique here, that NRCs is here today because they came here to Eilat to work together with Elad and the Eilat municipality here in the hub and together with DIA, and to start working on their solution to Eilat problem with Eilat data on Predix. And it's pretty great. Great success so far, and we will hope to see in a few weeks the implementation.
Yeah, we see, we've obviously hosted you and the great startups and the entire team at the Eilat Hub, and we saw all the hours and all the hard work that is put into it, so I'm sure there's going to be very interesting outcome out of that. I want to finally get out maybe a word to many entrepreneurs and startup founders who are going to see this video and look for partnerships with big companies like GE. From the perspective of a big company, what are you looking for in a startup?
So in a minute I will share our what we call wish list, but I can say that almost all the big companies want to work with startups who are already mature, that they have they already validate their product, that they have first customers or some revenues. We are looking only for mature startups. The reason is that we don't have an incubation process. We just do the partnership, and to connect them to a business unit, we'll need them to have a working product. Here you can see the wish list that I will be happy to share with you, with all the technology and all of the fields that we are scouting for solutions. So if you have a startup or you know someone, please refer them to us. And that's it. But I think the most important thing, it's the team. It has to be fully committed team, a serious team, innovative solution. And again, we are working only with Israelis, except of NRCs, and that's it.
Well, as someone who's working with you all on this amazing project, I'm very happy to host you here, and I want to thank you and all the representatives from the Eilat municipality and all the partners and the startups. And I think, again, we're going to see some great new technologies coming out of this project. I wish you a lot of success in the continuation of your program.
Thank
you. Thank you very much, Ira.
Thank you.